blind man's curiosity.
No, that's no problem, mate. Geico's got insurance specialists available 24/7.
Fascinating.
You can buy a policy, change your coverage, report a claim.
Remarkable.
Hey, you do know I can hear you, right?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The biggest event of the year just got bigger. The Toyotathon of Toyotathons is here, and you can get the deal of all deals on a new Toyota. With savings so good, it's easy to see why Toyota has the best overall value of any brand. Now, get 0% APR financing on 12 Toyota models with approved credit. That's 0% APR financing on your favorite Toyotas, like the Camry, Corolla, Tacoma, or Tundra. Don't miss out. Hurry to the Toyotathon of Toyotathons today. Toyota, moving forward.
Trent Eric, Max Mayfield, and Scott Padgett. Local 10 weather.
Welcome to World News. Tonight, auto workers say they'll make concessions to keep auto companies afloat. Meanwhile, car dealers worry about their towns and themselves if they go under.
We affect them, they affect us. We're all in it together.
War of words. Tensions reach a boiling point as Indians take to the streets demanding war with Pakistan. Holiday furor. The controversy over gift certificates, redeemable for birth control, even for an abortion. And sweet memory. A community joins the fight against Alzheimer's by nurturing the soul and the mind.
I have a better outlook on life, a better attitude.
It's the spirit of America.
From ABC News headquarters, this is World News with Charles Gibson.
Good evening. With their employers saying they're on the brink of bankruptcy and with their own jobs on the line, the United Auto Workers said today they would make some concessions, to help keep Ford, GM, and Chrysler afloat. The Big Three say they need concessions from the union in order to convince Congress to approve a $34 billion taxpayer bailout. But even union concessions may not be enough. Chris Bury again is in Chicago tonight. Chris?
Good evening, Charlie. For the Big Three, now burning through about $5 billion a month, cutting labor costs is a matter of survival. And today, the spotlight shifted from Detroit's bailout plan to sacrifices the union is willing to make. Under enormous pressure to help save U.S. automakers and thousands of union jobs, the UAW president promised more flexibility, but his new concessions may not be enough.
The word concessions, I used to cringe at that word, but now, why hide from it? That's what we did.
The biggest concession, the UAW will let the Big Three delay payments to a union-run trust fund that pays for retiree health care.
The Big Three automakers will be saving well in excess of $10–12 billion by the deferred payments to the healthcare trust fund. That is enormously significant.
The union will also suspend its jobs bank, a much ridiculed symbol of excess that requires automakers to pay laid-off workers up to 95% of their salaries. 3,500 of them are getting paid while not working.
The cost of a person in the jobs bank is about $120,000 a year. And that's a very expensive cost and something that is very, very inflammatory.
But the union did not offer to give back the big stuff, pay and benefits that remain a fundamental problem. Ford, Chrysler, and GM pay union workers more than $73 an hour in wages and benefits. Japanese plants here shell out just over $44. For GM, that translates into $1,500 more per car than Toyota has to pay.
It's like trying to run a marathon and your competition is wearing track shoes and a great track outfit, and you're wearing galoshes and an overcoat and carrying a bowling ball.
That competitive gap will shrink dramatically when big cuts in pay and benefits kick in over the next few years. But that's too late. Today, the union chief bristled at blaming auto workers.
Or are we going to take a look at what's happened to our economy, to the housing crunch, to the Wall Street bailout and the failures on Wall Street? Those are the things that we need to look at.
Concessions may not be enough to stem the bleeding, but they may help convince Congress that Detroit is serious about changing its ways. And today, President-elect Obama suggested he is warming to the bailout plan. Charlie?
All right, Chris Bury reporting from Chicago again tonight. Thanks to you. And automakers want a bailout? There are thousands of dealers across the country want them to get it. By one estimate, dealers account for 20% of the retail sales and sales taxes in their communities. So what happens if that dries up? Ryan Owens has an example in Denison, Texas.
In small-town America, storefronts come and go.
We go back to baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
The car dealership has always been there.
There should be a Chevrolet dealership in the town.
There is one in Denison, for now.
When it hurts like this and I have to cut back, it's a big ball that gets rolling that affects a lot of people. Why have we not sold one yet?
Dale Bonner has owned this dealership for 20 years. Last month, his sales were down 40%. This month, he hasn't had a new customer walk in days.
Well, let's try another one here.
His salesmen are reduced to working the phones.
See if we're getting close enough for that new Cadillac for you.
Last month, Bonner laid off 2 workers. He'd never had to do that before.
And then you call this person in and you know that it's going to affect their life and their family. So it just makes you sick at your stomach. I mean,
he slashed his advertising 80% and cut his charitable contributions in half. Less for the hospital, for the high school, even for the Little League.
Dealerships support everything else that you do in your community, whether it be restaurants, whether it be the grocery store, even the doctor's offices. So it's a big deal. It's a ripple effect.
His fears are well-founded. Just a town away, just last week, this Chevy dealership closed its doors. It's one of an estimated 900 new car dealers all across the country to close this year alone.
It just got to where you couldn't overcome it, so we had to do something one way or the other.
Now he waits for GM to pick up all those cars he couldn't sell, while so many other dealers in so many towns wait and wonder if they'll be next. Ryan Owens, ABC News, Denison, Texas.
President-elect Obama filled one more cabinet slot today, naming New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, once a presidential candidate himself, to be Commerce Secretary. Richardson is a former Energy Secretary and ambassador to the UN. Obama called him uniquely qualified to be an advocate for American business at home and around the world. And Democrats have lost any chance to win a filibuster-proof 60 seats in the U.S. Senate. Republican Senator Saxby Chambliss of Georgia held on to his Senate seat yesterday, defeating Jim Martin in a runoff election. As things now stand, Democrats have a 58-41 majority in the new Senate. The last remaining seat in Minnesota still undecided. Next, we turn overseas to India, where protesters vented their anger today at their neighbors in Pakistan, whom they think harbored the terrorists who attacked last week in Mumbai, and at their own government for not responding better when the terrorists attacked. Just today, police found 2 bombs in the Mumbai train station 6 days after it was allowed to reopen. Dan Harris is in Mumbai.
Exactly a week after the terrorists hit, a massive demonstration here in Mumbai tonight. Thousands rallying in front of the charred and scarred Taj Mahal Hotel, many of them chanting death to Pakistan. You want a war?
We want a war against them. Have a fight. Be a man enough. Have a fight.
To try to calm nerves between these nuclear rivals, the United States launched the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to Pakistan, the Secretary of State to India.
I have said that Pakistan needs to act with resolve and urgency and cooperate fully and transparently.
Both the U.S. and India say it was Pakistani terrorists who carried out the 3-day siege in Mumbai, and India is demanding that Pakistan hand over 20 militants. But Pakistan's president has refused to do so, and he even told CNN's Larry King that he doubts India's claim that the sole surviving attacker is Pakistani.
We have not been given any tangible proof to say that he is definitely a Pakistani. I very much doubt, Larry, that he is a Pakistani.
U.S. sources say President Bush is personally angered by the attack and that the White House might threaten to cut off U.S. military aid if Pakistan doesn't crack down on terror groups. Here in Mumbai, while Indians are angry at Pakistan, they are perhaps even more angry at their own politicians who failed to heed warnings of an imminent attack.
The politicians in India only care about making money and they don't give a damn about what's happening.
happening in India.
There are many people here who believe that this outpouring of anger at the politicians could mark a turning point for this huge and dynamic country. India, with its fast-growing economy, is becoming a first-world country, and it no longer wants a third-world government. Dan Harris, ABC News, Mumbai.
The second in command of U.S. forces in Iraq said today the number of attacks in that country in November were at their lowest level since 2003. Lieutenant General Lloyd Austin said the drop in violence was due to an increase in the number of Iraqi security forces on patrol, as well as the arrest of a number of key al-Qaeda figures. And passengers on a luxury cruise liner are recounting their high seas adventure after the U.S. ship escaped an attack by rifle-shooting pirates in the Gulf of Aden. There are new pictures today of the attempted hijacking of the MS Nautica in the waters off Somalia on Sunday. The ship has now arrived in Oman, and the attack is all the talk on board.
Funny thing is, when we were going along the coast of Somalia, most of us were joking, and we said this is where the pirates usually appear, but we never dreamed anything like this would happen.
The thing that struck me the most, that was beyond our comprehension, that they would even go after a boat like ours.
Some of the passengers on board the Nautica. Well, still ahead on World News, the college crisis, new findings about costs soaring out of sight. What can be done? That'll be our closer look. Gift certificates that could be used for an abortion. A healthcare promotion sparking holiday outrage. And the church taking on Alzheimer's, a unique way to fight the disease, thanks to the spirit of America.
Tired of morning coming in the middle of the night? Ask your prescriber about 2-layer Ambien CR. The first layer dissolves quickly to help you fall asleep, and unlike other sleep aids, a second dissolves slowly to help you stay asleep. Until you know how Ambien CR will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Plan to devote 7 to 8 hours to sleep before being active. Sleepwalking and eating or driving while not fully awake with amnesia for the event have been reported. In rare cases, severe allergic reactions can occur. If you experience any of these behaviors or reactions, contact your doctor immediately. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. It's non-narcotic and can be taken for as long as your prescriber recommends. Like most sleep aids, it has some risk of dependency. Don't take it with alcohol. To wake up ready for your day, ask your prescriber for 2-layer Ambien CR.
I'm Mark Goldston, Chairman and CEO of NetZero. All internet providers take you to the same internet, so why pay more to get there? NetZero is only $9.95 a month, and we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-NET-ZERO or visit netzero.com.
At 6:30 in the morning, I have a cigarette, and then another on my way to work. At 10 on the dot, like clockwork, I have to go out for a smoke. And then I grab another after lunch. For me, smoking is more than just a habit. It's an addiction to nicotine. You know, quitting isn't easy. And when willpower isn't enough, it's time to talk to your doctor.
If you want to quit smoking, there is something you can do. Go to mytimetoquit.com or call 1-866-575-1200 to get the information you need to make the most out of your conversation with your doctor. You can also sign up to receive tips on quitting and find out more about a prescription treatment option.
It's 11:35, and it's my time to quit.
Hi, Katie. Come on in.
Millions of people have put cigarettes behind them. This year, so could you. Make 2009 your time. Go to mytimetoquit.com or call 1-866-575-1200 now.
Some cold decongestants chose to change their formula. Claritin D chose not to change.
So I take Claritin D for my cold because nothing clears nasal congestion stronger, faster, or longer.
For cold congestion, ask for Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
And live Claritin Clear.
We have a closer look tonight at the cost of a college education becoming more expensive and becoming out of reach for more families. A report out today shows even after financial aid, a 4-year public college cost 28% of the median family income last year. A 4-year private school, a staggering 76%. Bill Weir reports tonight that in these bad financial times, colleges are running short of funds for financial aid.
Zach Hall is a government major at the University of Texas, but he is also learning about finance this year the hard way.
I'm looking at graduating with over $27,000, almost $30,000 in student debt. And, you know, my parents make $90,000 a year. And to me, that's just unbelievable. And I blame that largely on the tuition increases.
He's not alone in his pain. In the last quarter century, while the median family income has gone up nearly 150%, tuition and fees have gone up 439%. One big reason? Americans are brand shoppers who covet what they think is the very best.
People feel that if you don't have an expensive education, you don't have a good education.
Howard Tuckman is a business school dean at Fordham University, and he points to those annual top 100 college lists as a sort of arms race of higher learning. As top universities spend billions increasing their stature, the cost of teachers, faculty, and student services went up for everyone else. And many schools increased tuition in order to give more aid to those in need. But in a vicious cycle, those scholarships often aren't enough to cover the rising tuition.
We're reaching a point where price is biting. And if it bites too many people, we're going to be forced to give up on that model.
In this brutal economy, with shrinking state and federal budgets, the report's authors say the only remedy is to completely overhaul the system in a quest to bring costs down.
We could make it possible for students to move through the system faster by letting those who are ready start college in high school. We could use our facilities better. We could use technology in ways that make us more cost effective.
Which raises some rather controversial questions. Can a student learn just as much in 3 years as they do in 4? Can a student learn just as much watching a lecture online as they do in person? The next generation may just have to find out. Otherwise, America will have a selection of very good schools very few can afford. Bill Weir, ABC News, New York.
Our closer look for tonight, and to see how your state ranks in college affordability and to find links to resources about financial aid and how to pay for college, you can log on to our website, abcnews.com. Up next, holiday gift cards that can pay for abortions when World News continues.
When you're on treatment for rheumatoid arthritis, everyday things can still be tough to handle. Can you open this? Pull this? Grasp this? Oh, yes, I can. What about you? If you think your treatment isn't helping enough, ask your rheumatologist about Orencia. It's an RA treatment that's proven to make a difference for many patients, including those who weren't helped enough by other treatments, relieving the symptoms of RA and controlling the advance of joint damage.
Do not take Orencia with another biologic medicine for RA due to an increased risk of serious infection. Orencia can cause serious side effects, including serious infections. Certain cancers have been reported. Tell your doctor if you are prone to or have any infection like an open sore or the flu. If you have a history of COPD, a chronic lung disease, Orencia may worsen your COPD.
Tell your doctor about the challenges you face every day with RA. Ask about Orencia and see if you could be saying, oh, yes, I can.
When you eat Kashigo Lean for breakfast, you also have to swallow all these vitamins and minerals to get what you need every day. Or eat Total. Total has 100% daily value of 11 vital nutrients and delicious flakes with real cranberries and crunchy oat clusters. Total. Are you getting 100%?
If you have a history of smoking and breathing problems, it could be COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. Discover Spiriva, the only once-daily inhaled maintenance prescription that treats both forms of COPD. Spiriva significantly improves lung function to help you breathe better for a full 24 hours. And it's not a steroid. Spiriva is not a rescue inhaler. Tell your doctor about your medicines, even eye drops, and illnesses like glaucoma and urinary or prostate problems. These may worsen with Spiriva. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Others include constipation and problems passing urine. In the event your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor. Spiriva is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor.
Make a habit of breathing better with Spiriva.
Tomorrow, it's a lavish art festival for the wealthy. One of the hosts is an international bank in the middle of a criminal investigation by the IRS. But they party on. Brian Ross investigates on World News with Charles Gibson.
The Planned Parenthood organization in Indiana has triggered a firestorm with an unusual holiday time promotion. Planned Parenthood clinics in Indiana have started selling gift certificates in $25 increments, good for any of their services, including abortion. A gift certificate for an abortion? The organization says the certificates are for access to health care. But Gigi Stone reports abortion rights opponents are outraged.
It is an unusual stocking stuffer. Gift certificates redeemable for health services at Planned Parenthood clinics throughout Indiana.
Planned Parenthood, this is Sarah. May I help you?
The organization says it's worried that in these tough times, more and more people will skip basic medical needs. 1 in 6 women in Indiana of childbearing age does not have health insurance.
Women in particular are likely to forego their own basic health care when they have conflicts with putting food on the table.
But of course, Planned Parenthood provides contraception and abortions, and the gift certificates can be redeemed for both. So the new vouchers are sparking controversy, some seeing this less about the gift of affordable health care and more about making a mockery of the holidays.
This campaign to offer lethal gift certificates that Planned Parenthood is engaging in right now is offensive. And it's offensive because Christmas is about the celebration of human life.
On ABC News' website, one person wrote, Walmart gift cards can be used to buy alcohol and ammunition, but nobody's outraged. Another, disgusting. I'm pro-choice, but gift certificates for abortion? Sick, sick, sick.
It's about annual exams. It's about Pap tests. It's about birth control. And I would be amazed if a dime of this program goes toward an abortion.
Planned Parenthood chapters in 4 states are considering similar gift certificate programs for the holidays. But the more the organization expands this program, the more it is likely to inflame the never-ending fight over abortion during what is intended to be a peaceful season. Gigi Stone, ABC News.
A woman who possessed one of the most powerful voices in American music has died. She's been called the voice of the civil rights movement. Her full name was Odetta Holmes. The world knew her simply as Odetta. She started operatic training at 13, but it was in folk music she found her voice. She marched with and sang for Martin Luther King, who dubbed her the Queen of American folk music. And when Rosa Parks was asked which songs meant the most to her, she replied, all the songs Odetta sings. She influenced everyone, from Janis Joplin to Bob Dylan to Bruce Springsteen. Odetta was 77.
I'm on my way. Great God, I'm on my way.
And up next, a congregation united against Alzheimer's, part of our series, Spirit of America.
Robitussin knows one of the reasons we cough is to help clear away mucus. Robitussin DM Max has a double dose of the medicine that helps clear mucus while also controlling your cough. Robitussin DM Max, double the strength against mucus for a reason.
We had a health concern. Turned out to be nothing, but it got us doing more to protect our health, like taking silver.
Centrum Silver age-adjusted multivitamins have key antioxidants that help support natural cell repair.
Our health protection starts with Centrum Silver.
And the secret to perfect stuffing is this, but it's an old family secret.
So don't tell anyone.
I promise. Want to hear a secret?
Trusted for generations, the secret to perfect holiday stuffing is Swanson broth.
Today I found out that my funny bone is sick and that my drug plan's monthly premium changed. So I compared other plans and found similar coverage at a better price.
Now's the time to review and compare Medicare prescription drug plans. And from November 15th to December 31st, you can even change your plan. Call 1-800-MEDICARE or go to Medicare.gov and use the Plan Finder to see options in your state.
Your funny bone is better now.
And so is my prescription drug plan.
I have COPD, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can spend a day with my favorite little camper.
For people with COPD, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from other medications because it's the only product with an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
I love coming here, Grandma.
Me too. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
What's the best value in arthritis pain relievers? Aleve. It's so strong it can stop arthritis pain all day with just 2 pills. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol. 2 pills, all-day relief. That's value. That's Aleve.
We have to go back! ABC's Lost, the premiere event, Wednesday, January 21st on ABC.
You deadbolt doors, lock windows, install home alarms, but do you really know how secure your home is? Tomorrow, a real-life home security test you have to see. Would your neighbors notice this? And could it happen at your house? Tomorrow, start here and have a good morning, America. And go to abcnews.com, click GMA to find out 3 things to do now to keep your home safe.
Finally tonight, lifting spirits and minds. Alzheimer's is a cruel disease. It strikes randomly. It has devastating effects on victims and their families. The fight against the disease is being waged in hospitals, in laboratories, and in one church. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami with part of our series, The Spirit of America.
At the First Baptist Church in Jacksonville, North Carolina, they are shaking their fists at Alzheimer's disease, doing their best to keep it at bay. Every day, someone here is exercising their heart and mind, the key to preventing Alzheimer's. Church members, some of them in their 80s, are learning Spanish. 72-year-old Frederick Hill learned how to ride a horse.
I said every chance I get, I'll be out here to ride her.
His blood pressure is down, his outlook is up, and he believes his memory is better.
That does help, because it keeps the mind working.
The church is well aware that its flock is aging. These are members who've died from the disease in just the past few years.
I know that I have the gene. I can't change the gene. So I work twice as hard in other areas to combat.
The good Reverend who put this program together lost his mother to Alzheimer's. Reverend James E. Brown says that before she died, she would water plastic flowers and put the mail in the fridge.
Every time I look at my children, I know that we've got to find a cure before they are affected. I'm doing for me, but I'm also doing for those that will come after me.
The project at First Baptist Church actually began here at Duke University. Researchers trying to beat the disease have been working closely with the church. They've sent doctors.
Now, what year is it?
This is 2008.
They test for memory, and the results suggest the efforts here are working.
Today is Friday.
Okay.
The real proof will come in 5 years when they'll know for sure whether they've put Alzheimer's disease on hold.
¿Cómo se llama usted?
But the researchers still believe the program is already so successful, it should be repeated in churches across the country.
We've noticed that people seem to be more spry and engaged and happy.
All thanks to a new ministry that nurtures both the soul and the mind. Steve Osunsami, ABC News, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
And you can see all of the stories in our Spirit of America series at our website, abcnews.com. And that is World News for this Wednesday. I'm Charlie Gibson, and I hope you had a good day. For all of us at ABC News, have a good night.
We can't talk to the year's most fascinating people, but Barbara Walters can.
Are you a good man?
And she'll reveal who's number one. Barbara Walters' 10 Most Fascinating People of 2008. Thursday, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Hit me. Announcing a new star at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Blackjack. Come deal yourself in at a real casino. Now, for the first time ever in Florida, you can play real blackjack in other top casino table games like Baccarat and Pai Gow. When you're ready for the real deal in action and excitement, ask for Jack. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Blackjack is here.
Hit me. The biggest event of the year just got bigger. The Toyotathon of Toyotathons is here, and you can get the deal of all deals on a new Toyota. With savings so good, it's easy to see why Toyota has the best overall value of any brand. Now, lease a new 2009 Toyota Corolla LE for $199 a month. That's $199 a month for the best-selling car of all time. Don't miss out. Hurry to the Toyotathon of Toyotathons today. Toyota, moving forward.
Here's what's on Local 10 tonight.
Hey, Wheel Watchers, are you ready to watch the best half hour on television? Well, guess what? It's about to get a whole lot better. That's right, you could win a cool $5 grand just for watching Wheel. Oh, don't get up. All you need is a spin ID number, and we'll do the rest. Good luck, and enjoy the show. Hit it, Charlie!
Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Hello. That would be Vanna, and I would be Pat. And you're the home audience. How you doing? See you later. Hello. Don't let the snow get on you there. Get ready. We're going to do a first toss-up of the night. It's a $1,000 puzzle, and it is a quotation.
Tis the season.
Yeah, go ahead. Say.
Tis the season.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we get it reversed. See, that's what happens when you come in from Hilo, Hawaii. You're so anxious to go.
The best place ever.
There you go. It's daiquiri. It's Miyasato.
Yes.
From Hilo.
Yes.
And you have 3 children, it says here.
Yes, I do. Yeah? Actually, I have a stepdaughter, Kiahi. I have a son, Asen, who's 9, a daughter, Kianti, who's 7, and my baby's 5, Marche.
Okay. And you're a social worker?
I'm a social worker, and I work with kids in the Cal District.
Yeah. And spend a little time at the beach?
I love the beach.
It's beautiful.
I love the beach, and I love to listen to local music with my friends. Yeah.
I want to go back. Oh, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
This is Christine Bourseau, who is from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, legislative analyst up there, and married.
Yes, married to my wonderful husband, Christopher, and we have 2 little girls, Piper 5 and Autumn 3.
The entire